I'm Jeff Philbin. Welcome to Dinner DeeAs, and we're here to take your meal making to the next level with fresh ideas every day. Today, we're taking on tacos and making everything but the tortilla from scratch. From guacamole to salsa, we'll show you how to do it all and make it fresh. It's taco time here on Dinner DeeAs today, and we've got an expert to show us how to make it from scratch. Michael Brannick fell in love with Mexican food and brought his passion to life with Street Light Taco, a Tampa restaurant which wowed Michelin Guide inspectors so much that he landed a Bib Gourmand for good quality, good value cooking. My friend, welcome to the Dinner DeeAs kitchen.
Thank you so much.
With the Bib Gourmand, it really has kind of a more approachable way. I mean, we celebrate the stars, right? But sometimes that comes with a hefty price to pay. You're celebrated for having an approachable menu. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's great that, like you said, everyone can come in and visit and get a value for the food we put behind it, the sourcing, the preparation. It's all acknowledged through that award, and we're super happy to receive it.
And still delivering incredible food, because today Chef Michael is bringing us his tips for a DIY taco night. We'll be making grilled chicken tacos with guacamole and salsa that's made from scratch, plus a crunchy cabbage side with a homemade mazzalan vinaigrette. But we're starting with the salsa, and this ain't coming for the jar.
Yeah, there's so many ways to take it, but I wanted to show a salsa roja today, so a red sauce.
Okay.
And we're getting the red, of course, through our tomatoes and their chili peppers.
And what types of tomatoes do you use for this one here?
So these are Roma tomatoes. We've tried to let these ripen what we can, but I've got some prepped, and I'll just, a lot of times you kind of cut the very end off, and I don't like to waste much, so I just get the tiniest little bit of core out, and then we'll start getting these in the pot.
Okay. And now this is just a little bit of water right here.
Yeah, we're going to get those in. The next ingredient is going to need some time to cook and soften up, so that's why we're going to get these chili peppers swimming. I've got a couple here for you.
Okay.
The guajillo, which is super common and widely used. It's super mild, amazing color. So I'm going to add those into the pot.
Okay.
And then the next one's going to bring some spice. So this is the chili arbol.
This is the chili arbol. So this has got some spice. Now, if someone at home wanted to still have that beautiful flavor of the pepper, could they take the seeds out, and will that help a little bit with what's happening? Or no, it's got that heat?
Definitely with the arbol. You might want to take those seeds out if you're watching and kind of scale down.
Okay.
I've only got one here for this amount, so it's a little burn, but not too much.
Okay, fantastic.
Up next, we've got some fresh garlic, some diced onion, last little bit, and then some salt. So we're gonna let this simmer for a bit, and like I said, let those chili peppers soften up for us.
Very cool. And what's really cool next is this beautiful vinaigrette that we're gonna be starting on.
Yeah, this is one I call mazzalan, just because these are the two liquids involved here would be used to dress cabbage for a fish taco in that part of Mexico.
Okay.
So sometimes
now that's on the Pacific side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our two main liquids are apple cider vinegar and lime juice.
And those are signature to make this the mazzalan. Those are two ingredients that they use?
Yeah,
okay.
Both for acidity. Of course, the lime juice, you have some sweetness and that citrus note. And then I've got a few other things quickly, some granulated garlic, black pepper, some salt.
Super easy to find.
Yeah, and then these last two, I have some Mexican oregano here.
Okay.
So this will generally be a little more citrusy, not quite as pungent and strong as a Greek or a European type of oregano. And some Dijon mustard. And this as a vinaigrette, you want
that's
it to
not
hold
Mexican right there, man.
It's not, but we got to hold this vinaigrette together with something.
Okay, so the mustard's going to help bind it together a little bit and bring it in. Okay.
Totally. But now that we have those, like I said, super simple. We're just going to whisk this together, and that's all we've got.
To grab the recipes for everything Chef Michael is sharing with us today, head to our website, dinnerdeeas.com. It's all there with all the ingredients and amounts laid out, ready to print. We even have the video of this whole show so you can watch it again anytime you like. Find us on your phone by opening the camera app and pointing it at our QR code on the screen. No special apps needed, just use the camera and a link to us will appear. All right, so 2 things down. We still have the beautiful chicken thighs, it looks like.
Yeah, we're going to work toward that. So we're going to make a marinade, and sometimes I like to use a recipe once and then find another use for it. So this is the first use for this vinaigrette today.
I love it. Okay.
All right, so let's get this popped off. The vinaigrette that we just used, if it's settled any, I'll just give it a quick whisk.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to use some of that right into our marinade for the chicken. Okay. And then all this will just go into the blender. We have some orange juice, more of the Mexican oregano.
Mm-hmm.
This is chicken base, so dried chicken base, super essential ingredient in Mexican cooking. Worcestershire, or salsa inglesa as it would be called there. And then here we have the chili pepper coming back into play.
Okay.
This is some adobo from chipotle peppers.
Okay.
So going to be some smoky notes here. Not too spicy, but I really wanted it here for a little bit of smokiness.
Okay.
And up next we have some guajillo adobo. The same pepper we used in the other, the salsa there.
Mm-hmm.
Here we've just boiled these peppers and pureed them after we deseeded.
Wow.
So this is just a nice paste from that
Okay.
guajillo pepper. Again, you can see the super red color.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Love to see that. It's going to transfer nice to our chicken.
Look at that.
All right. And we're going to blend this together. There's nothing here to break down because we've already kind of done that.
It's all in that
we're just
liquid
mixing
form.
it up.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
All right. So our chicken, we're ready to marinate.
And now we're using chicken thighs for this one here.
Yeah, I mean,
Bone in, bone out.
These are boneless, skinless
Okay.
chicken thighs. So what better flavor
Oh, it's the best.
than a thigh can bring? So I'm just going to add some of our marinade.
And how much marinade will you use for the chicken?
Well, I'm just going to start gently here because I don't want it to soak up too much.
Okay.
You can't have too much salt, too much marinade. I like to pour a little bit on and kind of flip these around a bit.
So you get a little bit of movement behind everything to know exactly where you're at versus just pouring it all in,
Exactly.
letting it swim in it.
Because of course we don't want to pour that in and then waste it because we've spent this time getting everything together. But I've got them covered and you can see.
Okay. So
Just a
really a
nice-
nice little bit of a coating and just a little bit extra.
Definitely.
And how long will this marinate for?
We're looking at 4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
If you can do longer, it's not going to hurt it.
Okay.
Make it a little bit better, but that's a good sweet spot.
Could you do it overnight then?
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. All right, cool. I love it. While the chicken marinates and the salsa simmers, we're going to take a break. But when we come back, Chef Michael shows us how to get going on his guacamole ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Chef Michael Bradnick is with us in the Dinner DeeAs kitchen to share some tips, tricks, and all that he's learned on his many travels to Mexico as we take on tacos today. He's the man behind Michelin Bib Gourmand winning restaurant Streetlight Taco in Tampa. Before the break, we started on our salsa roja, cooking up tomatoes, water and salt, guajillo pepper, arbol pepper, garlic, yellow onion, and leaving it to simmer. Then we made our Mazatlan vinaigrette, whisking together lime juice, apple cider vinegar, garlic powder, black pepper, salt, and Mexican oregano, Dijon mustard, and we blended that with orange juice, a little bit more Mexican oregano, some chicken base, Worcestershire sauce, chipotle adobo, guajillo adobo, which was some more of the guajillo peppers seeded and cooked down, all of which made the marinade we covered our chicken thighs with before they went into the fridge for 4 to 6 hours. And now we've got to start cooking this whole
Yeah,
bad
we
boy.
wanted to have time to get that flavor into the chicken. We're just going to get these going right across that.
That's like the best sound right now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it smells good too, right?
Oh, it smells absolutely out of this world fantastic. Because you cook with your senses, and everything's just activating right now. How long will these grill for?
Usually 6 to 8 minutes. We'll monitor from there.
All right. So we started with the salsa roja, and I've seen that this is just cooked down and reduced significantly here.
Yeah, it's getting more red than ever, right?
I love it. Now, is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, the peppers have softened up. Now we're simply going to puree this. So
All right.
let's get going. I'm gonna bring it right into the blender here.
To grab the recipe for Chef Michael's authentic Mexican meal, head to dinnerdias.com. Find us on your phone by scanning the QR code in the corner of the screen with your camera app. All right.
And we're gonna blend, especially with hot liquids here. I'm gonna start very low, make sure everything's off to a good pace, and then go from there. Working my way up. And that's really it. I've got a few more flecks from the chili, but everything's grayed nicely.
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, so walk us through how you make your guacamole.
So I like to make it very avocado and lime forward.
Okay.
Sometimes a lot of tomatoes and other things get added in, but I like to keep those two ingredients up front. And then, you know, these, you see we're missing a little cap, so these are ripe. That's kind of a trick there. Once that falls out, it'll be ready.
So that's a sign that they're ready.
Yeah, without having to mash it and mess up the avocado that way. When I open these, I just like to keep them on the board because a round object and knives sometimes don't mix. So
so safety first.
just roll it over, and then this is where I get crazy. I'll just give it a little tap with my knife and get the seed in. I like to use a spoon, a large spoon, cook spoon, to scoop these out. So I'm just going to make the round here with each of these. I like to work from that top part down. That way if there's any little piece of the stem or anything up top, we avoid that. Usually 2 or 3 passes. And then if I scoop like 3 times, then it's that much smaller and less I have to mash, right?
Yeah.
So work smart, not hard.
Exactly.
All right, these are all set.
What goes into it then?
So I've got the fork. I always like to start with the lime juice and the salt, because again, those are the 2 flavors, the lime and the avocado. The salt is really great to add at this point. That way you get it mixed in. And if you've over under seasoned, it's quicker to identify. But I'm just gonna take these. Another thing with my guac, we like to leave it a little chunky versus a puree. We do a couple of sauces with guacamole, like a serrano avocado salsa, where we puree it down and get it really fine.
Okay.
But these are great just to leave somewhat chunky. We've want to mix that under a bit. Chicken's smelling good.
Smelling really good. I'm going to actually take a little look at what's going on with these bad boys here. Oh yeah.
How are we doing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Look at the mark.
Look at that one there.
So I can tell I made a few rounds of it with the lime juice I put in for these. We're right on track. The 3 other things I use cilantro, red onion, and some jalapeno. So just a tiny bit again of these 3.
Okay.
And the jalapeno we've de-seeded for the most part.
Okay, perfect.
I've got a few in there, but as you like. But it's a really good flavor to help that avocado out. And this is as simple as it gets.
You can't have a taco without it. It just has to be a part of. You're absolutely right. Like an avocado's got to be somewhere. Right? It's got to be there. The show's only halfway done, and we've already made our own salsa, fresh guac, and our marinated chicken is nearly done. But we do that flip. When we come back, Taco Assembly 101 from a true expert and a quick, crunchy cabbage satay ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. Chef Michael Brannick is with us today from Streetlight Taco in Tampa and fresh from one of his many visits to Mexico to share his idea for dinner. A taco night with fresh, well, everything. He's showing us how to make chicken tacos with a homemade marinade, homemade guac, and even fresh salsa. Before the break, we got our marinated chicken and cooked it up in a grill pan while we took our simmered salsa roja and gave it a quick blitz in the blender, leaving us time to make our guacamole and keeping it simple. Avocado, lightly mashed, plus lime juice, salt, red onion, cilantro, and jalapenos. That was it. Very simple.
Simple but fresh. Bold flavors here. Excited to put together and have lunch finally.
All right, how do we get this bad boy plated?
Well, we have our guac. I'm going to spread on our tortillas. These are corn tortillas. I just like to use the backside of my spoon and do it that way.
Now, what's your preferred way of having the tortilla? You like it heated? You like it cold? Out of the, what's going on there?
Yeah, usually we're pressing along all shift, and so they're always warm. So
Okay, so a warm
nice
tortilla.
little holder, some towels, but definitely warm it up. Chicken's going to go on next. And cilantro, onion.
Look at that. Oh yeah.
And some salsa roja.
And that's salsa roja. Oh, since we don't have any chips for the salsa roja, I mean, I do have the spoon.
All right.
Can I go right in? I mean, you ready for me to jump in? Because I'm going in it.
Yeah, we'll get it going.
All right. I wish I didn't wear white because I really am. I'm just going to cannonball it right now. That is out of this world fantastic. That's going to go so well together. It looks absolutely stunning. That is tacos done right. Because if you want your next Taco Tuesday to be as awesome as ours is, you know what to do. Grab Chef Michael's recipes from our website, dinnerdeas.com. Just scan the QR code we have down there on the screen to get to us. All right. Now, we also have this beautiful side dish too.
Yeah, I love showcasing fresh produce. It's something, if you've ever been to a market in Mexico, it just like pulls you in, and it's almost nauseating with like all the amazing products and fresh produce.
How many times have you gone to Mexico?
Around 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
So we've got some cabbage very thinly shredded here. This is our second use for our mozzarella vinaigrette.
Okay.
I like to add these herbs and onions first, and then we'll add our vinaigrette so it doesn't weigh it down too much.
Okay.
We've got some diced yellow onion, some cilantro, of course. The idea here is a fresh, very light cabbage salad with some fresh herbs. Here I have some mint.
Mint, all right.
And some chives.
I like that.
And then it's good to give this a little bit of a toss. It gets the herbs mixed in, and then we'll add some of the vinaigrette. Kind of like with the marinade, I like to add some to be able to add some more if I need to.
And that is just what we made earlier. We made this vinaigrette earlier, and it's just going to be a shining star now. Look at that.
And it's going to continue to soak in. The cabbage is going to, get a little compacted, but you can see our consistency here. Not overdressed. There's really nothing at the bottom of the bowl, so
Yeah.
I think that's important with this type of dish.
Oh, yeah. All that flavor just kind of sits in that nest of it. I love it. Oh, it looks beautiful. We have to take one last quick break, but when we come back, Chef Michael and I get to taste test our tacos ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz, where it's finally taco time today with a master of Mexican cooking, Chef Michael Branick. He's the brains behind the menu at Streetlight Taco in Tampa, who recently was awarded a coveted Bib Gourmand from the Michelin Guide. Now, I got to ask the real question, too. Did they throw in a free set of tires for you?
I forgot to ask.
You didn't get that one?
No.
Make sure you ask for the rotation, too, all right? But today, Chef Michael's been sharing how to make the ultimate chicken taco with everything made from scratch, but simply and quickly. And my friend, it looks amazing. This is absolutely beautiful. I mean, we got to go for it. We got to go straight into this bad boy. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's dig right in.
I'm a left side taco kind of guy first.
You're the left side taco? You work left to right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going right to left then.
All right.
I'm going opposite
Let's
ends.
have a taste.
Deal. What are you tasting?
Well, guac creaminess, you get the crunch of the onion, cilantro moves in, chicken marinade, and then that spice from the salsa roja finishes off for me.
Oh, that marinade is everything.
Yeah, it pulls in a lot of flavors. We've got seared, we've got fresh, we've got boiled, simmered. A lot. That's what I love about Mexican food. You have a lot of long cooking processes with super fresh ingredients.
Yeah. Elevated to such a way that you can be able to appreciate all of the ingredients that are going in there.
Yeah, totally.
And knowing that there's so much behind it where you look at it and sure, that's just a tomato, but no, that's not just it. Oh, hey, that's just the peppers. Oh no, but there's so much behind it. Absolutely stunning. Now, we also have our side here too.
Yeah, keep it fresh, keep it healthy.
Okay.
Again, lots of fresh herbs. You can take this several different directions, but these are some that I wanted to throw in today. And
another great use of the vinaigrette.
Totally.
Wow.
Love that punch of lime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's the subtlety of mint behind it too.
Yeah. It's coming at the very end for sure.
Which is a surprise little bite to it there as well. But it's fresh and it's clean in a way that just makes you want to keep going back. And still has a crunch factor. Right?
Definitely.
That's absolutely fantastic. Thanks again to Chef Michael. Find out all about Streetlight Taco at our website, where you can also grab the recipes for everything we've been making today. And if you have it for your dinner, take a photo and let us know. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time with more Dinner Diaz.